team has worked incredibly hard to prepare for this launch attempt, and it's really taken all hands on deck to work towards a larger mission, which is to eventually put the UK back in space through an orbital vertical launch.
It has been a pleasure working with them. It's not very common that we get a project like this in this area, so everybody's been excited and interested in what they're doing.
I know this event will strengthen the bonds between the two countries.
Founded in 2017 by CEO Vladimir Levikin, Skyrora aims to fill a prevalent market gap in the UK between the number of payloads ready to be sent to orbit and the number of launch services available to get them there. The company is establishing sovereign launch capabilities for the UK to provide key commercial, scientific, and defense capabilities to the nation, something which has never existed in the past. Ultimately, Skyrora is developing environmentally conscious space technology to become the first British company in history to conduct vertical orbital launch from UK soil. And today's Skylark L launch comprises a key milestone within that mission.
So tell me about this new rocket, the Skylark L. What's it made out of? And tell me about the fuel.
Yeah, the Skylark L is a single-stage liquid bipropellant suborbital launch vehicle. It's predominantly manufactured from composite overwrap tanks and aluminium. The vehicle is guided. We use thrust vector control on the engine to provide steering. The propulsion system consists of a single 30 kN rocket engine operating on kerosene and high test peroxide. This provides the thrust to enable the vehicle to reach an apogee of over 100 kilometers.
So what unique selling points do you have for the Skylark L?
We have many. The vehicle firstly has low G loading, so less than 5 Gs. This is due to the low thrust weight ratio of the vehicle. This enables a smoother takeoff. This is actually a great benefit to our customers as their payloads experience lower G forces during takeoff and hence need less strict vibration load margins during design. Secondly, the emissions produced have 45% less CO2 products than conventional oxygen and kerosene. This is due to the molecular makeup of our hydrogen peroxide.
We're going to move on to the mobile launch complex, something that makes your company kind of unique, I think. How has the design been determined for the mobile launch complex?
The full ground segment is modular and mobile. Being based on shipping containers, this allows an ease of transportation to anywhere in the world. An example of this is our ability to set up a spaceport in Iceland within 14 days, including shipping there.
How long would it take to construct one of these mobile launch complexes?
From full pack-down configuration, 3 days to unpack and set up, and then 2 days perform final flight checks and launch.
So what are the containers and what are they used for?
Well, due to there being no spaceports in the UK currently set up and built and operational, we had to go and build one that was agnostic of location. Therefore, the biggest benefit that we can relocate our whole space and ground segment to a suitable location in a cost-effective and efficient manner.
How far has Skyrora come as a company to reach this point?
The team have developed and hit some major milestones in the past few years. We started in 2017 with just a handful of people, and they employ over 100 staff and have 5 facilities in Scotland alone. We've been working on the Skylark L since 2019, and in 2020 we performed our biggest milestone, which was the static fire test in Kildamore. This was successful and many lessons were learned from that operation. This got us to where we are today. On the Excel front, we have just completed the second stage static fire test, a massive achievement for Skyrora in the UK space sector.
So what are some of the challenges you faced in trying to launch from Iceland?
We've had many, but definitely regulatory is the number one challenge we've had. We've had to work with the Icelandic government to actually rewrite Icelandic law that allows us to perform this launch. We have to work with many stakeholders to get us to this point. We also have the weather struggle against us. The wind speeds are very high and we need to monitor them closely to enable a launch.
How many engineers do you have working on this mission and what are the different roles that are needed?
So 27 are going to be in this mission and operation. For the Skylark vehicle itself, I would say all employees have worked on it in some capacity during its project runtime, and that's why it's personal to us all.
How hard has your team worked to get to this point?
Oh, wow, amazingly well. Using ingenuity and teamwork to get us there. I'm so proud of everyone in this team.
And will there be more Skylark L launches and will they be from Iceland or someplace else?
Yeah, of course. We have vehicle number 2. That's just a few meters away from us now on the factory floor.
A successful test fire of Skylark L was conducted in May 2020. With this test complete, the TRL of the vehicle raised to level 8. The test fire was a breakthrough for Skyrora, as it was the first test fire of a rocket that is capable of reaching an altitude greater than 100 kilometers. With this successful milestone completed, Skyrora was ready to move onto an attempt to launch Skylark L from Skyrora's mobile launch complex, the largest of its kind in Europe. Extreme weather conditions may have delayed the launch, but the team ultimately succeeded in their primary mission objective to test launch Skylark L. While the mission to test the vehicle and mobile launch complex was successful, the vehicle suffered from an anomaly which cut its maiden flight short. Nonetheless, the Skylark L launch attempt provided an opportunity to put Iceland on the map as a player in the new space economy, and accelerate European launch vehicle competitiveness. It also helped to add a new dimension to the developing relationship between Icelandic and European space efforts. This relationship is reflected in an MOU released in 2021, which supports enhanced cooperation between the UK and Iceland on research and student mobility. For Skyrora, the Skylark L launch attempt not only allowed the team to gain valuable launch experience ahead of orbital launch, but it also demonstrated the potential of both the mobile launch complex and vehicle itself to widen access to space by unlocking opportunities for research and CubeSat launches. The launch attempt also allowed the Skyrora team to complete final checks on their subsystems prior to their use in the Skyrora XL launch. In the long term, Skylark L has the potential to create a new market. Indeed, the vehicle is capable of use for microgravity experiments at a lower cost than an orbital vehicle, making it appealing to universities and research facilities. This experience has moved the Skyrora team one step closer to achieving vertical orbital launch from the UK in 2023. Building momentum through milestones. Despite the anomaly experienced, Skyrora's test launch of Skylark L has provided the team with valuable experience in operations procedures, logistics coordination, and execution of the rapid setup and packdown of their mobile launch complex. Experience which will propel them forward monumentally in their mission to reach orbit. Ultimately, this mission will increase the accessibility of space.
Space for me, well, I can say for Iceland, there are lots of tourists coming to Iceland just to see the Northern Lights. And we are very excited about this launch as one step in the development and exploring space. And I hope that we will, in the future, be able to make some more research on, for example, Northern Lights, which is very important for our tourism.
It is quite deep because it is something that is quite like existential and bigger than all of us and nothing that I could possibly define, because it's nothing and everything all at once. That's how it feels to me.
Sure. For me, yeah, it's this adventure feeling, and that even the launch today or every new development or test that we're doing around the world is like another step to us getting a little bit further, seeing a little bit more, understanding a little bit more everything else that's out there. So,
yeah, it has adventure. A lot. Yeah, adventure. That's interesting. Almost like wonder. There we go.
Space to me means the future. I think that on a daily basis, space impacts our lives way more than we realize. And I think that's why Skyrora's mission is so important, because we're trying to establish a launch capability for the UK, which can get those satellites where they need to go to help better the people's lives on Earth.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, I feel so grateful to be even asked or be able to witness something that most people would just see on YouTube and feel like that's enough for them. Like, I guess it never occurred to me that I would get to be somewhere like this today. Yeah,
it feels very generous of Skyrora to invite us. Just like be open about all of the stuff that goes into launching a rocket. It's a crazy learning experience. Yeah. Once in a lifetime. I don't think this is going to happen again.
I would just like to thank you for the cooperation we've had for the past 3 years at least, and I hope all the best for you when the rocket will be launched here from Langanes Peninsula.